Hello, welcome to Yellow Door Urban Homestead. I am Asia, and I am an urban gardener growing in a small space in my backyard. So tonight, I completely forgot about the potatoes that had volunteered over in the compost pile. So I started pulling them, and then I was like, let me turn the camera on so people can see what volunteer potatoes at the late part of the season may look like. So these are 3 that I've gotten so far. So we're gonna go and dig through and pull the rest. So I didn't do anything to these potatoes. Like, I realized they were growing and then I just left them alone. Like, honestly, I did not water them. I didn't do anything to them. Let's see what kind of harvest we get from that. So there are a few little ones. I'm gonna put this all back down into the soil if they're really small. There goes one. Small one. I guess I did do one thing. I dug down in here the other day and I realized they were growing, so I did throw some leaves over top of them. That's about it. That's one, but it's split and it looks really gnarly, so I'm gonna leave it and maybe it will sprout again next year. Another little small one. A few small ones. So it seems like that's it. I'll take it. And then hopefully that potato that I left in there will sprout next year and I have volunteer potatoes early in the season. It is time. I can harvest my collards, finally. And a lot of these leaves are really big, so I'm gonna go ahead and harvest them. We got our first hard frost, actually a freeze last night. We're in the mid-20s. I'm so excited. So I have already promised some of these to a family member, but I'm also gonna eat some of them. Look at that, baby. How exciting. Would you believe that before I started gardening, I did not eat collards? I did not like them. They did not taste good to me, and I did not eat them. But as I started gardening and deciding, like, I have to taste what I grew. At least once, I have to taste what I grew. And lucky for me, collards straight out of the garden, out of your backyard, straight out of the garden, are delicious. So I normally cook them with a little bit of bacon grease, put some onions in it, a little bit of garlic. I saute, like I said about the Swiss chard, I saute all of my greens. I figured out I don't like soggy greens. So when you put them in a pot and you boil them, they turn soggy. I don't like that. So you see this leaf? Looks like it's not a good leaf, right? Of course it is. Take off that yellow. Nothing wrong with holes. You're gonna cut it up anyway and eat that leaf. So it's about to get dark, but I want to show you because I'm also gonna harvest some turnips. I have a really big, 1 or 2 really big turnips. I'm gonna go ahead and grab those too. Look at that guy. There's a few of them in there. Look at all of those. I'm gonna for sure harvest this, and then I'm going to see if there's any more that's big enough. And then I'm gonna look at the rutabaga because I noticed today that the rutabagas were getting pretty big. The other thing, when your garden freezes, the leaves, they weigh down and you can see all kind of things that you didn't see when the leaves were big and looking beautiful. But let's go ahead and harvest this turnip. Look at that. It's so pretty. There's another decent sized one. Nice one right there too. So I'm gonna leave the rest, let them grow a little bit bigger, but how pretty and lovely. And I'm gonna eat them. All right, let's see what these rutabaga are looking like. I saw like 2 really nice sized ones this morning. Look at that. Look at that. I'll probably leave it a little bit longer, but that's a nice size rutabaga. So this is also gonna clear up some of the space that's being taken up when I say that, for the sun to hit the things that's under these collards. So there There's cilantro under these collards, and there was nasturtiums, but of course those look like really wilted. They're gonna die. It's been too cold. And just like that, we have collards. Getting beat up. Oh, I gotta take him out. I'm gonna take him in the house, put him back in the brooder. Feisty little things. Put him back in the brooder. Oh, and then I'm gonna check the rest of him. Yeah, he got beat up pretty bad. I don't know. I don't see where, but something definitely happened. So I still have a bonnet on because my plan was to only record me taking the water out. But we've learned from the quail that we have that the lighter color quail are male. And someone did mention in a comment that like if I have too many males in there together, that eventually they'll start getting hurt and that happened. So now I know. Very feisty. They're very feisty. Gonna put him back in the brooder. He may be one of my first harvest. We'll see. So I went back out to check, and he is also getting beat up. So I'm taking him in the house, and I'm gonna check the other one. So if you remember, I put 3 in at a time. I had 3 new ones that hatched. I do think they were all males. Looking at their color, I think they were all males. And so the male that's in there, I guess, is very territorial. Also, did not do the thing where, you know, you keep them away from each other to get used to each other for a while. So that could have something to do with it. The next time I will do that. Also, I hope the next one has more females in it. I'm pretty sure these are all male. And I am gonna look up trying to sex them because I do not want to have my quail tortured. Yep, all 3 of them. We're in there fighting for their lives. See his head? I don't know. They've all been plucked and have a little bit of blood on them. So I'm gonna take them in the house and be prepared to call them when it is time. So there was plenty of water and food in there. I think it's just nature. It's how nature works. And so moving forward, since I now know that the male that I have is territorial, I will I will only put females out there with them going forward. I want about 6. So 5 female and 1 male. But I've moved all of the little ones back inside. I'm getting them some food and water now. When your kids wash dishes, do y'all see that ring around the top of that pot? Welcome to my kitchen, y'all. I'm gonna show you really quickly how I preserve my collard. I'm gonna wash this pot, and then what you're gonna need? You're gonna need a pot of water. You're gonna need another pot or bowl of ice water. I use muffin pans, and yes, these muffin pans are new, because as real as I am, I did not want y'all to see my old muffin pans. So I went and bought muffin pans. They're not very deep. If you can find deeper ones, then you'll be able to preserve more in one muffin hole. But if not, these work just fine. You're gonna need some kind of spray, some kind of oil that you're just gonna use in the pan to make it easier for the kale, collard, Swiss chard, whatever you're gonna preserve to come out of the pan a little bit easier once it freezes. So I soaked these last night in salt water after I cut them. So soaking them in salt water will make sure that you got rid of all of the nasty bugs that may have been in your collards. So why do you need hot water and why do you need cold water? Hot water is to blanch your vegetables. It'll help it keep the color. Also, I think for some vegetables, it'll help it keep the texture. And the cold water is because you want it to stop it from cooking. So last night, as you saw earlier in the video, I kind of rolled the vegetable up. I rolled the leaves up and then I cut throughout the vegetable leaf. And this is what you come out with. That's just how I cut mine. It doesn't matter how you cut them. They are still going to taste like collards, kale, or Swiss chard. So my cake top gets used for everything but cakes. I'm gonna put the greens on here and then I'm gonna put my cold water in this cake top. So one other thing you're gonna need is something to drain the greens with, because they do need to drain a little bit before you put them into the muffin pans. You don't want them to be soggy and going into the muffin pan, because then that's just gonna be more water that's gonna freeze when you freeze them. So I just have another pot and then this little strainer that I'm gonna use. Once I take them out of the ice cold water, then I'm gonna put them in here and let them drain a little bit. And so that's my setup. I have my collards here. I have my ice cold water here, my hot water on the stove, my strainer, and then my muffin tins. So once you put it into the muffin tins, then you're gonna put it in the freezer. So this gives you smaller portions. So like I have a small family, it's just me and my children. So if I just wanted to cook some for me, I could take out 1 or 2. If I was cooking it for me and like 1 child, I could take out 3 or 4 out, and just keep going. So that way you don't have to unfreeze a whole bag of collards to cook when you don't need the whole bag. So that's how I do mine. By the way, that's a steamer pot, but I'm using it as a cooler. You will find out that I use what I can, however I can, and if it works, I'm cool with that. Okay, so now these have drained a good amount. You can let them dry all the way if that's what you want to do. I do not. And so you just want to spray your pan with Pam or put some oil in it. I'm not sure that you want to do butter because butter hardens, but that could work too. But you want to spray your pan really quickly, and not a lot. And then just take your kale and push it down into the pan. Or your collards. These are collards. I do it with all of my vegetables. All of my leafy green vegetables. And I actually found this method on Google when I first started gardening. And I liked it. So this is how I preserve mine. And I can have small portions. Is it a little overkill? Probably. You could just throw them in a Ziploc bag after you blanch them. You don't even have to blanch them all the time. But so that's my first set. So out of the collards that I kept, I got 1 tin full and a second tin with only 2 in it. I have way more collards outside. I just need to go pick them. I'm trying to do it in waves so that I'm not stuck in the kitchen all day long preserving greens. So we're gonna put these in the freezer and then I'll come back and show you what I do when they are frozen. So I got mail in my post office box today. This is the second thing I've gotten from my post office and I appreciate it. But this is from a company and I do believe they are also a subscriber of my channel, and I have to go and check out your channel too. During the off season, that's my plan. I'm gonna take some time and visit the channels who support me, because I greatly appreciate your support. So I got this gift, and this is from Scents of Heaven Co. And they sent it to me and it says, "Hello, after a long day of working on the homestead, we would like you to relax and enjoy some you time. Please enjoy these gifts from us over at Soul to Soul Homestead. May God bless you all." Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate that. So I'm gonna do like a quick unboxing because it looks really, really awesome. So we have Lovin' Hawaiian Splash. Ooh, smells good. So it's a soap. Yeah, it's a soap. Oh, it smells amazing. and there's information for them. I will put all the information down in the description box. So there's that. And then all of their information is at the bottom. So let's see what else. Oh, lemon and lavender. There's a pink peppermint sea moss. Ooh. And scents of heaven. So I guess that's maybe signature scent. Oatmeal, milk, and honey. Ooh, I'm sure that smells good and probably feels really good on your skin too. So oatmeal, milk, and honey. So I appreciate that. I can't wait to use this. I think it's gonna be amazing. So make sure you check out the description box and go and check out their channel, go and check out their store, because this looks like I'm gonna be enjoying some me time. Thank you so much. Also, I need to say thank you to the subscriber who sent me these very nice slippers, also a sweater, and also some chicken grit. So I appreciate that very much. I love the sweater. I wore it. I posted it over in the community section if you did not see it. The slippers are so comfortable. I wear them all the time. And the chickens are gonna love that chick grit. So thank you very much. Right, I'm back. And our greens should be frozen. Let's see. They are. All right, so they are frozen. I have a butter knife. I'm gonna just go around them to get them out. And I'm going to label my bag. So I'm just gonna take the knife and go right around. And just like that, they pop out. Nice little small portion that you can now put in your bag, and you have preserved your collards. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Visit me over on Instagram where I post about the things going on in the garden every day. Oh, go ahead and leave me a comment too. Have a wonderful day. I will see you all on Wednesday. Bye.